In today's video, we are doing something that I've never done before. We are revisiting a brand that I reviewed a few years ago that I didn't love, but knowing what I know about the brand now, I feel like I didn't give them a fair review. This brand is Jones Road Beauty, and I feel like this brand is really intended for a certain type of consumer, a certain type of woman, a woman that likes her makeup to not feel or look like makeup. And I went into that last review with the lens of, I need this to have full pigment payoff. I need this to perform like all of my other products. And the truth is that many of Jones Road Beauty products, I think, are unlike other beauty brands. So all that to say, I placed a new order and I ordered some of their best selling products. And I'm going to sit down and kind of give you guys my honest thoughts, good and bad, about these products, and maybe share with you who they are best intended for. So you might be surprised. I honestly was a little surprised after this review, and I think that's all there is to say. Let's get started. Okay, you guys, are you ready? I'm so excited. So I have a box filled with Jones Road Beauty products. Now, this is an order that I personally placed myself. I wanted to shop some of their best sellers, just products that I looked out on the website that really piqued my curiosity. Now, this is actually my second video on Jones Road Beauty. I placed an order a few years ago and I reviewed those products. And in that review, I talked about the foundation. I wasn't a fan of the foundation. I talked about the Miracle Balm. I wasn't a fan of the Miracle Balm. However, I don't think I gave it a fair review because after I uploaded that video, I had so many people telling me that I didn't apply it correctly, and I didn't. I didn't do my proper research. So we're going to review the Miracle Balm today, knowing what I know now. And I just want to approach this video with the perspective of, I think we can all agree that Jones Road is a makeup brand that's different, right? It's different than most of other brands that are out there. And I think it really caters to this kind of no makeup or minimalist or simple makeup or easy use, easy to apply products. So I'm going into this video and this review with that perspective, and I'm really excited, you guys. Okay, so first we're just gonna jump right into the Miracle Balm, and I think this is one of the most like polarizing products that they carry because so many people love it and then so many people don't. Now, again, this is my second time reviewing this product, and the first time I reviewed it, this is what I remember about the product. I remember it being very, very sheer and kind of sticky and not really having a lot of color. And I think in the like makeup beauty community, when we're doing reviews, we're always talking about, oh my gosh, it has so much pigment. You get so much pigment payoff. And I think that that's kind of like the gold standard, and that's what we're looking for in products, but not all of us are. And I think it's important to remember that it's nice to have other options, and other options for those of you that maybe want an easier routine, that don't necessarily want to have a certain brush for a certain product and be able to apply it with your fingers. So, okay, you guys, so I picked up the Miracle Balm. I picked up the shade Pinched Cheeks, and I have my notes here. I'm just going to reference them because I don't want to forget some highlights. So this product retails for $38. This was an Allure Best in Beauty winner, and I want to highlight that because regardless of what, you might feel about this product, this did win an Allure Best in Beauty. So I think that says a lot. It has almost 6,000 reviews on their website, and it's just a little over 4 stars. So having that many reviews and that high of a review rating, I think says a lot. People do love this product. It is described as being like no makeup. It's supposed to give you a wash of color and a very soft focus effect. When I hear the word wash of color, automatically I'm not expecting to get a ton of pigment payoff from this product, and it is what it is. So if you like a lot of pigment from your blush color or face color, then I would probably suggest not going with this product. But if you're someone who likes more sheer washes of color, this would be a good one to try. Let's see, actually. Okay, so I want to make sure I do this product justice. As you can see, this is brand new. I have not even touched it yet. It does have a strong scent to it. What does it smell like? It almost smells like a spa. It's kind of got like an essential oils scent to it. It is not intended for the eyes. I did see that on the website, which surprised me because I feel like I've seen videos where they've applied this to the eyes, like the cheeks, the lips, the eyes. I feel like I've seen that. Maybe I'm making it up, but as of today, September 9th, on the website, it says not intended for the eye. And maybe that's the specific color that I have. It might not be every color. Okay, so I'm going to insert this little video. I just watched this video online on how Bobbi Brown, who's the founder of Jones Road, describes how to use this product. So she says that you want to first break the seal, and this is something I did not do the first time I picked up this product. So I'm going to break the seal with my fingertip, okay? She says by breaking the seal, that releases the pigment into the product, okay? So now that I've got that broken, I'm gonna kind of pick it up with my finger, and she says you can apply this with your fingers or a brush. It smells good, I like it. But there is a very clear scent to it when you open it. Okay, so let's look at this on my hand before we go to apply it. I'm gonna kind of shear this out. It feels very nice. It feels very creamy. It feels like a skincare product. This is what it looks like on the hand when I kind of shear it out. The amount of color that you're seeing, you do see that this is a pretty light wash of color. It feels nice though, but there is a thicker kind of sticky consistency to it, but it also feels good. I think it's more a matter of your preference, you know, and how you like things to feel on your skin. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to apply a little bit on the back of my hand because I am a brush girl and I'm going to apply it with a brush, but I'm going to apply it to the back of my hand, similar to how I would apply foundation to the back of my hand. And I'm going to go in with my Nikki LaRose BK Beauty in 17. I'm going to use this side of the brush. This is intended for your cream, your liquid products. And I'm going to kind of work this into the hand. Again, you can just use your fingers too, but we're going to use a brush. And I'm going to just pick up a little bit of this product and we're going to go straight to the cheeks to apply this. All right, I'm excited. Moment of truth, you guys. Moment of truth. Okay, so how does this feel? It definitely feels a little tacky. It's thicker. It's a little tacky. It's going on the skin beautifully, though. It's very, very pretty. It is just a little wash of color. There's not a whole lot of pigment, but I am seeing pigment. I'm seeing more this time than I remember seeing the first time. And I'm finding that it's actually buildable. Like I'm going in and I'm adding a little more and I'm getting a little more color. Okay, that's actually really pretty. Okay, that is actually beautiful. Okay, so pros, I think it looks beautiful on the skin. It gives a really gorgeous glow without like a lot of shimmer or anything. It's more just light reflection. The skin is just immediately like illuminated. There's a little bit of color, not a whole lot, but it is a little bit of buildable. Those are the pros. The cons, I think, are the consistency. It does feel a little sticky just when I apply it. Once it's on the skin, I'm not feeling it. Like it's not uncomfortable on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin right now, but when I go and apply it, I can feel that it's a little sticky. Okay, that is actually really pretty. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to give this a 4-star. I'm going to give it a 4-star. I'm not going to give it a 5-star, but I'm going to give it a 4-star, which is a huge improvement from my first review and how I felt about this product when I originally reviewed it. Let's go. I'm not going to do the other side because I have another product that I want to try. I might go back and add more of this after we test the next product, but the next product is kind of similar in terms of the effect that it gives to the skin. I assume, I haven't used it yet, but this is the Shimmer Face Oil. This retails for $34 and I picked up the shade Pink Opal. So this has about 2,300 5-star reviews. People love this. It's described as being lightweight, giving a glass-like finish to the skin. It's described as being like a skincare makeup hybrid. They said that you can use this in lieu of your skincare, so you can apply this before you apply makeup, or you can apply it on top of makeup. Now, I do already have my foundation, my concealer, and a little bit of bronzer on, so clearly we're going to be applying this on top of makeup today. So let's give this a try. All right, so I have one pump. Let me show you what it looks like on the hand. So you can see the viscosity of it. It's slowly starting to slide down my hand. And what that indicates is basically the texture of the product. So if it were very lightweight, it would slide down quickly, like if it were watery. If it were a thicker cream, it wouldn't slide down much at all. It would just kind of stay in place. So this tells me it's lightweight, but not too watery. It has a very kind of silky, it doesn't necessarily feel like an oil. Like it's a face oil, but it doesn't scream oil, which I like, especially if I'm putting it on top of a product. This is what it looks like. It almost to me feels like a gel oil hybrid, which is kind of unique. Now with this, I'm actually going to use my fingers to apply it. This shade is really pretty. It's a very light pink with a pearlescence to it. We are just going to apply it right here on the high points of the cheek. And I'm just going to use my finger to press it into the skin. Okay, that's pretty. That's really nice. Okay, I do like this. So it kind of reminds me, you guys, of the Say Beauty Super Glowy Highlighter in the way that it looks. Not necessarily the way that it feels, but the way that it looks. And I love that Say Beauty highlighter. That is one of my favorite liquid highlighters because it just gives a very soft lit from within look. And I think especially like for me, I'm not someone that highlights the face a lot simply because of where I live. You know, it's it's hot like 8 months out of the year here in Texas, and I try and minimize shine on my face because regardless of what products I'm wearing, I'm going to have shine from the heat and humidity here. So that's usually why I stay away from highlighters. But when I do use highlighters, one, I'm very strategic about where I place them. And like I don't place them in areas where I'm going to get a natural shine or where it might look sweaty. But I'm also very particular about what type of highlighters I use. They have to be very, very fine. Anything with a lot of shimmer or a lot of pearlescence or anything that feels heavy or looks heavy is just not going to work for me. And this is actually really, really beautiful. I like this. I think this would actually be really pretty underneath foundation if you wanted a really subtle glow. Okay, that's really nice, but very different than Miracle Balm. So the two are different. They're similar in the fact that they both will give a little bit of a glow, but the Miracle Balm has a lot more pigment to it. When I say a lot more, keep in mind it's still a wash of color, but this virtually has no like color pigment once you blend it out on the skin. And it might just be this particular shade, maybe the other shades do, but this particular shade doesn't really translate pink on the skin. It really just kind of gives you that like beam of light from your skin. It's beautiful. I do like this. This is definitely a product that I will keep on my vanity and continue to use. Let's go in with the Miracle Balm and apply it on this cheek to just even out the color. I personally think the Miracle Balm would be a product that I would use on days that I'm not wearing foundation or powder. Like maybe I just have a tinted SPF on and I want a little bit of color, or maybe it's like a product to go to the gym in. But this wouldn't be a product that I would wear on top of a medium or full coverage foundation. And the reason being for that, I think, is because it does, it's thicker. It's thicker and a little sticky, and I don't want to apply it on top of a foundation that's heavier, right? I want my skin to feel light and breathable. And so I would just apply this probably on the days that I am not wearing a foundation. So that's how I feel about this product. It's really pretty. This would be a product that I would take on vacation if I'm going to the beach. This actually, I will take this on vacation when I go to the beach. I'm going to Mexico this Thursday. By the time this video goes up, I will be back from Mexico. But this is a product that I will take with me because this is perfect beach makeup. So nice. Okay, well, I'm excited. I'm excited about this. Okay, guys, let's move along to the next product. Now, the best eyeshadow. I have 3 shades of this, and I did review this last time, and this was one of the products that I actually really loved last time. I grabbed the shade Patina. I have since ordered it in 2 other shades. I ordered the shade Peachy, and I ordered the shade Rose Gold. So this is single eyeshadows. They're pretty large. They do retail for $25, which is kind of a lot in my opinion for one single shadow, but you do get a lot, and the formula is really high quality. They're very, very impressive shadows. So I do think that it's worth the 25, but nowadays you can find palettes that are, $30, $40 and you have a few shades in them so you can complete a full look. But so this is Patina. Let me show you what this shade looks like. This is really beautiful. This is one that I bought a couple years ago. It's this really gorgeous, like metallic taupey patina shade. So pretty. This is Rose Gold. This is a new shade that I just got. I'm excited to play with that one. Just a good traditional kind of rosy gold shade. Lots of shimmer. And then this one is the matte shade. This is the shade Peachy. And it actually, honestly, looks more pink to me than peachy. This might even translate to a really pretty blush, honestly. I don't know that I'm going to be able to wear all 3 of these together, but I did want to purchase a matte shade just to be able to speak to the mattes, because sometimes brands can have really lovely, high quality shimmer or formulas, but their mattes might not be up to that level, or vice versa. So I did want to order a matte and a shimmer. Now, let's go over the notes of this. So I already mentioned they're $25. These have about 5,600 5-star reviews. People love this one. It's described as having a very velvety pigment. Now I am going to go in, we're going to go in with this shade right here, this Peachy, and we're going to blend this into the crease. And I'm taking my BK Beauty 202 brush. This is just a really great brush to start and build a crease color with. It's going to just really diffuse that crease color and give you a really pretty nice wash in the crease. You know what? I need to put an eye primer on. I really do. I was going to try and skip it, but I don't think that's a good idea. Let's find an eye primer real quick. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I've got a little bit of eye primer on, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling the need to kind of set right around here with a little bit of powder. I think I went a little too heavy with the Miracle Balm. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of powder. I'm using the One Size powder. This is a really nice mattifying setting powder. Now I don't wanna completely set all over the Miracle Balm because I wanna keep that glow, but I do want to powder right here in the center of the face because that's where I tend to get shiny anyway. Okay, there we go. See, it's just that, it's that personal preference of mine. I don't like a lot of glow. I like a little glow, but when the glow starts to kind of encroach in areas of the face that makes me feel shiny or greasy, we gotta mat it down. Okay, so we're back. We're gonna go in with the shade Peachy, which I think is more pink, honestly, than peachy. And we're gonna work this right into the crease. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the shadow. So this shadow, the color's pretty. Again, it's more pink than peach. It's buildable. So when I first applied it, I didn't feel like I was getting enough pigment, but now that I'm going back and adding more, I am able to get some good pigment. I'm not really blown away with it. It's fine, but this is not quite the level of, didn't quite impress me as much as the shimmers do, to be honest. It's not a bad matte shadow, but it's not like one that's kind of blowing me away either. However, let's talk about those of you that don't like to have a lot of eye makeup and you want products that are a little easier to use because they don't come off the bat with a ton of pigment. You know, sometimes when products, especially eyeshadows, have a lot of pigment, shadows and blush, they can be easy to make mistakes. It can be easy to over apply and then you're having a hard time blending out. And so that would not be the case with this. This would be a product that's definitely more user friendly. And honestly, you can build it and get good color. Maybe I'm going to take back that review that I just gave. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm just like sharing my thoughts as they're coming, and I have not used these prior to this video, so you really are kind of getting my first impression and honest thoughts. Okay, let me rewind. All right, let's talk about the shadow. So if you are someone that likes a lot of pigment, a creamy matte formula, this is not it. If you are someone that wants shadows that are really kind of easy to work with, if you're a beginner in makeup and, you know, maybe using shadows and blending them out can be a little intimidating, this would be a good option for you because it starts off really sheer. You can, however, build it. I think this looks nice, but for $25 for one single eyeshadow, it's not a formula that is really blowing me away. That's kind of where I'm at. Okay, let's move on to the shimmers though, because the shimmers are a different story for me. So I'm gonna go in and we're gonna use rose gold. This one is really pretty and I haven't used this one and I think it just is gonna play nicer with the shadow that I put on in the crease. I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 203 brush. This brush is just a little mini shader. It does a great job of just picking up a lot of product and packing it on. So we're gonna go and we're gonna apply this right on top. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is so pretty. Okay, so the shimmers on the other hand are really, really nice, you guys. They just lay on the skin really pretty. They have a high light reflection property to them, but they're not like a chunky glittery formula. There's really no fallout on these. They're so pretty. I like the shimmers a lot. Okay, I'm gonna just pack, pack, pack. Okay, so nice. All right. I do want to show you guys Patina because I think Patina is my favorite shade of all of them. This is what really blew me away a few years ago when the first one I ordered, and I really love it. If you like a really pretty kind of cool tone Patina taupey shade, this one's really nice. And I'm going to just pop this right in the outer corner here. And I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to use this brush to like pack on the color, but then I'm going to go back in with that 202 brush that I used in the crease, and I'm going to use the 202 to just soften out the edges of this. Now, are these three shadows ones that I would necessarily recommend as a color combo? No, I wouldn't get these and use these together. I ordered them because I thought that these shades would be kind of some of the most interesting to you all that weren't just like bone or vanilla or something that you already had, right? But together, I think we can find better shades that work together. These are going to be just fine, but I think we can find other shades that work together. But you know what? We're going to make this work because that's what we do. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just packing on, packing on. I'm not too worried about blending this out yet. It's kind of messy and splotchy. So I'm going to go back in with my 202. I'm not adding anything to this. I'm just going to use the fluffy tip of this and what's already on there, and I'm just going to kind of blend out the edges. Okay, so my thoughts are the shimmers are really nice. The mattes are okay. They're not bad, but they're not as impressive to me as the shimmers. Okay, and I'm going to go back in with the peach, and we're going to just add a little more warmth here. Okay, you guys, you know what? I do want to try this shadow on my cheek, this peach shade. We're going to take the same N17, but we're going to use the dark side for powder products. Remember, I used this other side for the Miracle Balm. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to use this side for the powder. And because this is not a super pigmented eyeshadow, I think it's actually going to be perfect for the cheeks. Ooh, yes. And I'm just kind of honestly applying it right on top of that Miracle Balm. Okay, I kind of like this little combo here. The Miracle Balm with the peachy eyeshadow on top. You still get a little bit of glow from the Miracle Balm coming from within that shadow, underneath it, but you also kind of mattify down the shine. Okay, it's time to get a little protein in me. Okay, I'm taking a little breakfast break. I wanted to share these because I get asked quite a bit, like, how do you fit in your protein goals every day? So I drink these almost every morning. This is a Premier Protein, 30 grams of protein. It's 160 calories, 30 grams of protein, and 1 gram of sugar. Usually when I'm working in the studio, I'll bring these because I'm not really hungry until about 10:30 a.m. And by then I'm already sitting down and I'm filming, I'm starting to work. And so I'm not going to take a break to go make breakfast. So this is something that I'll have kind of as my first meal for the day. It'll hold me over for a little bit, but I do start to get hungry maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours later. And that's when I'll have like, more of like a solid meal. But this is a really easy way to get protein in if you struggle with your protein goals. I think I ordered on Amazon or Instacart. I'll find it and I'll link the exact one down below that I get. Okay, next up is the Best Pencil, and this is an eyeliner. It retails for $22. This was actually purchased and used in my first video, and quite honestly, I cannot remember my thoughts on it. I probably should have watched that video right before filming this one, although I think it's a good thing that I didn't. I didn't want to be influenced or swayed. Sometimes our opinions change, but whenever I do a review of products, I really don't like when I already hear other people's opinions of them. I like to kind of go in it with absolutely no expectations or no bias. So I can't remember what I thought about this pencil, but this is $22. It's described as being an ultra dense pigment pencil. So it's kind of inspired by the eyeliners of the 1970s, which Bobbi Brown describes as just being no frills, ultra dense formulas. So I'm going to give it a fresh sharpen just so the layer that I'm using is fresh and have a nice sharp tip. Let's go ahead and see how this is nice. Okay, so it's just a good classic brown, very pigmented. It seems creamy, but it's not like overly creamy. It doesn't feel like a super creamy eye kohl pencil like we're kind of used to seeing these days, but it's not dry either. It's kind of right in between the two. I like the color of it. It's like this just a rich kind of espresso brown, rich enough to where it can really supplement black, but be a softer option than black. All right, and I'm gonna lay it on its side and I'm going to start in the center of my lash line. Okay, this is going on really nice. It's gliding on. I'm getting good pigment payoff. It's very rich. Let me see if I have time to manipulate it like with a smudge brush. I really like to do that little trick where I apply my liner and then I go in with like the N12 and smudge it out. Let's see if I'm able to smudge this. Okay, I am able to smudge it. So you do have some time to smoke it or soften it or manipulate it out, which is nice. Ooh, that is actually really good. Okay, that's really pretty. Okay, we are a fan. We like this. Just a good classic traditional pencil, honestly. I think no frills is the best way to describe it. It's not like ultra waxy or ultra creamy, which, usually I look for pencils that are like that, but it has enough movement to where you still can get that soft, smoky effect. Now, whenever you're trying to do that, I would always recommend doing one eye at a time because if you go and you line both eyes, by the time you go back to smudge out that first eye, it's likely that the formula could dry down and you won't be able to move it as much. But this is actually the perfect amount of movement. I'm getting some smudging, but it's not messy or going all over the place. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, I like that. That's good. Now, I kind of went a little thick with the lines, so I'm almost just going to kind of smoke it out to be kind of a heavy, smoky line. All right. If you ever feel like you went a little heavy or a little too far over with it, which I think I did, I'm just going to take that lighter rose gold shade and I'm just going to pack it on top of the area that I want to minimize the eyeliner, which is right there in the inner corner. Okay, you guys, now normally I would move on to mascara, but I did purchase another eye product that just really piqued my curiosity. This is the Just a Sec eyeshadow, and I have picked up the shade Bronze. This retails for $26. It has 4,400 five-star reviews on the website. I thought this was going to be a cream shadow, but it is kind of like creamy. It is like a creamy cushiony. It's like a creamy cushiony eyeshadow. I'm going to swatch this on my hand so you guys can see. Ooh, this is actually really pretty. Oh, this is gorgeous. Okay, this is really lovely. So this is like a creamy, cushiony eyeshadow. It's almost like a hybrid of cream, cushiony powder shadow. It's really, really pretty. And this color is so beautiful. This color actually reminds me of my favorite Color Chameleon eye pencil from Charlotte Tilbury that I talk about all the time, that shade Amber Haze. That's what this color reminds me of in a shadow. It is stunning. Now, since I already have eyeshadow on my upper lid, normally I would just swatch this all over the lid. You could even use your finger. I'm going to use the N12 brush, and we're going to create a lower lash line, like a smoky, bronzy look with it. Ooh, I want to see if you guys can see this. Okay, this is really cushiony. Like when you press this, it almost kind of like you can see the cushion bouncing in here. That's really cool. Okay, so I'm loading up my brush on both sides. This is actually kind of neat. I like this. I think I'm gonna like it. I haven't applied it yet, but we're gonna swap. Oh my gosh. This is it, you guys. Okay, this is it right here. This is it. Okay, that is gorgeous. So, so good. Pretty pigmented. This particular one has a bronze, light reflective, shimmery effect to it. I don't know if all of them come in a shimmery effect. I'll have to go and look. I'm definitely ordering more of this. Very pigmented. It goes on creamy. It works beautifully with an eyeliner brush, but you could apply this even with your finger. I mean, I feel like the words are almost hard to come by. It's so, so good. I was gonna say it almost reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury as Mesmerized cream shadows. You know how they're like kind of moussey and very unique in texture? I was gonna say that it reminds me of this, but it doesn't. This is more cushiony and a little more dense. And this I actually like this better. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, we like this. This is so good. This retails, by the way, for $26. I can't remember if I called that out, but this is definitely a win. Okay, you guys, moving on. I'm excited about this one because I already know I love this. This is a product from Jones Road that I love, and I would honestly say that this is my favorite Jones Road product, but now I'm not sure if the Just a Sec eyeshadow is a close favorite. They're both so good, but this is so, so good. This is the mascara, and this retails for $26. And are you guys ready? This has over 10,000 5-star reviews on this mascara. Like, I'm not kidding. I remember this was the one product that I didn't review last time, and in that video, so many of you said, try their mascara, try their mascara, try their mascara. And when I did, I was like, okay, I get it now. So this has a curved wand. I also like how thick the wand is. It's kind of like a good traditional mascara wand, but it has that curvature to it, which really helps you lift and curl the lashes. This mascara gives just ultra volume and length, very dramatic lashes. It's also conditioning, so it's good for your lashes. It's cruelty-free and clean ingredients. It just is one of those mascaras that gives a dramatic effect right off the bat. Like, it doesn't take a lot of time to build it, just a few swipes and you're like, wow, there are my lashes. And I love formulas like that. I really, really love like heavy volume on my lashes. Of course, I don't want clumpy volume, but I want heavy, full lashes. I am more of a volume girl than a length. If I can get them both, great, but the mascaras that are more lengthening, but they don't add a lot of volume, they're not for me. So what I like to do is I like to go in and build one kind of layer on each lash first, and then I'll go back and add a little bit more. I find that when you allow the formula to slightly dry down, not completely dry down, but if you allow it to slightly dry down and then you go to build on top of that, that's when you get really, really dramatic lashes. Ugh, I just love this mascara. It's so good, you guys. And it's the perfect consistency. It's like a wet mascara. It doesn't dry out real quick. Usually when you find mascaras that give this much drama and volume right off the bat, they tend to be a little drier in consistency. Not the case with this one. This one's really good. It almost reminds me of the Lash Clash, the YSL Lash Clash mascara, which I love that one too. But the difference with that one is that one you do have to replenish more often because I feel like it does kind of get dry and clumpy a lot quicker than this one. Look at that. I'm so good. Oh, I love this mascara. It is so, so good. Definitely pick this up, you guys. If you like volume, length, dramatic lashes, give this one a try. If you're going to put on the lower lashes, just do a tiny little coat, not too much. By the way, you guys, I will link all of these in the description box, but I'm also going to tag them in the YouTube shopping platform. I've really been enjoying using that platform for you guys because you can shop the products while you're watching the videos. You get to see the little image of the product pop up with the price. It's just easy to shop. Let's move along. We are almost done, you guys. We are 2 lips, and I purchased a lip pencil and then I purchased a lip tint product. We're gonna go in first with the pencil. This is called the Lip Pencil. It has almost 2,000 5-star reviews and it retails for $22. And there's not much to say on this except that it's richly pigmented. I got the shade Nudist, and I haven't used this one yet. This is how it comes. This is how it comes fully sharpened. Let's swatch it on the hand and see what we think. Okay, ooh, this is richly pigmented and very creamy. This is good. Okay, so this shade in particular is kind of like your good old traditional Spice liner. It actually almost reminds me of Spice mixed with Strip Down from MAC. I'm using those two as references because I feel like everyone knows what Spice lip pencil from MAC looks like and Strip Down. Strip Down's a little bit more browny, where Spice is a little bit more warm, kind of peachy. This is right in between the two. And this formula is creamy, you guys. All right, let's line the lips. Ooh, this is good. Okay, I'm going to slightly overline a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to kind of fill the lip in. I have a feeling the lipstick is more of a tint, not a fully richly pigmented lipstick, so I want to make sure that my lip liner, I don't have a strong liner on the lips and I have more of a full lip look. Okay, all right, that's pretty. Very pigmented. These are nice. Very creamy, very pigmented. Good lip liner. Okay, let's move on to the lip tint. This retails for $26. It has almost 5,000 five-star reviews, and the only notes that I took off of the website were that it's very moisturizing. It didn't really quite say if it was sheer. I think it did say that it was buildable. I got the shade Pink Rose, by the way. Ooh, okay, I take it back. This actually has a lot more color than I expected it to have. I expected this to be a really sheer tint, but this actually has a pretty good amount of pigment. The color is a little bit brighter than I normally like, but maybe this pencil will balance it out. Let's give it a try. Okay, this is nice. This pencil and this lip color don't really work together. I would definitely go with something more plummy to go with this lipstick. And honestly, I might actually skip lip liner with it. This lipstick has a very good amount of pigment. You get quite a bit. It feels moisturizing on the lips. It feels like a lightweight lip balm. I was expecting this product to be a lot more sheer in color and more glossy. Not the case. It's pretty pigmented. In fact, I would call this like a fully pigmented lipstick that has the feel and texture of a lip balm. That's a lightweight lip balm, I should say, a lightweight lip balm. Okay, that's nice. I do like it. I think the color is not my color. It's a little bit darker than I like to wear, but this is a product and formula that I would order in a different shade. Okay, we're done. Let's wrap this up with a quick little recap on what products really jumped out at me. Honestly, I'm gonna say that I enjoyed every product that I applied on my face today. I really did. There are some products that I would definitely repurchase that I think are incredible, like the mascara. The mascara is definitely one of them. This eyeshadow, Just a Sec, it's kind of like a cushiony, creamy eyeshadow. Amazing, phenomenal. Highly impressed with the lip tint, honestly. Very pigmented. It feels lightweight on the lips. It feels hydrating. Definitely exceeded my expectations for a lipstick. The shimmering face oil is beautiful and absolutely a must-have for those of you that like a very subtle lip with from in glow highlight to the skin. I'm excited to try this with my skincare, but underneath foundation. It lays beautifully on top of makeup, but I think for even a more subtle kind of all over glow, this would be really lovely. That's also good. The Miracle Balm, it's probably not a product that I would repurchase, to be honest, but I definitely like it much better than the first time that I tried it. And I'm really glad that I kind of gave it this second go around and another opportunity to review it, knowing what I know about actually how to apply the product. And keep in mind, it's not that I don't like it. It's just not a product that I would repurchase, mainly for the texture of it. It is a little bit thicker. It's beautiful, and I think it works really great for those of you that don't really like to wear a lot of foundation or heavier full coverage products. I think when you layer something like this on top of full coverage products, it can feel a little heavy, in my personal opinion. But I think it's a good product for what it's intended to be, and I do understand why it has the cult following that it does. So that's my thought on that. The lip pencil is really nice. I would highly recommend it. And the shimmer eyeshadows. The shimmer eyeshadows are really lovely, particularly the shade Patina is really nice. Okay, you guys, that wraps up this video. Thanks for hanging out with me and sticking around. If you made it to the end, drop a comment and let me know. I will link all of these products and include shade names in the description box, and I'm also going to tag them in the YouTube shopping feature so you can shop them there. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.